Good day, puppy lovers. Today I have little Mia with me, and we're gonna give her a nice bath. She's in need of a reshape of her face here. And yeah, she's going pretty short. We're gonna do a 10 millimeter. We're gonna start with a nice bath. I usually give 2 shampoos and a facial. And that's what we're gonna do with her today. For those who don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Jenn, and I've been dog grooming since 2010. So this is going to be a no edit groom. I've been trying out these no edit videos and I'm hoping you guys like it. If you don't, please let me know. Please comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see, any ideas, let me know. So once I've rinsed her out nicely, we're going to give her shampoo. Getting that water in the coat gets that hair ready to receive the shampoo. So I'm using this morning, I'm using a 2-in-1 shampoo. And this is antibacterial also, so it gets rid of a lot of the smells. And I'm thinking of getting another type of antibacterial shampoo for the feet, just for the feet, to see if that makes a difference. I like feet that smell nice, because they end up smelling like Cheetos or Doritos or Frito-Lay. Yeah. So I'm going to add some down in the comments. There are some, whatchamacall them, you know, where you can skip. I'm not remembering what they're called. Anyhow, you can skip to the part. Just if you visit my description, you'll see that you can skip to the part you want if you want to skip this part of the groom. But if you enjoy watching a nice shampoo on a pup, notice that I pretty much always do the same sequence, right? I start with the, I do the top of the back, tail, the bum, and then the foot, and then another foot, and then the front feet, neck and the head, and belly. When you do, you do everything in the same sequence, then you got it done, right? You're not just randomly just going here and there and here and there. So, well, that's how I do it. You do the way you feel fit. It's fit for you. She's got poopers in her eyes. I ordered some little mini house coats. For house coats for dogs. I don't have them yet. I ordered them off Amazon, and I ordered them because a few times I've heard some of you mention that, oh, the dog is cold, while I'm doing the dog's eyes, cleaning out the dog's eyes at the table and cleaning out their ears. I like to get all that wet stuff done before drying. Because then if I dry them and then I wet her eyes back again, then, So I like to get that done. And there may be some more debris at the bum, and I need to wipe that with a wet wipe. And so I prefer doing that at the table and get that nice and clean and then dry. So I got these little house coats so that the pup is not cold while I get that little task done. Sometimes I'll throw a towel around them, but I got some nasty comments from some of these viewers here. I don't know why people are so nasty. Wonder if they'd talk like that. you know, in real life if they say these things. I'm so sorry for the cough. All right, we're going to rinse the top of your head. Right over here. I also got some comments about me talking too much, you know. Well, if I'm talking too much, I'm wondering why the person's actually here watching the video. If you think I'm talking too much, then just go away, you know, type of thing. But, you know, I try to keep things interesting for you guys the best I can. I know I can't please everyone. That's fine. It's what it is. And I knew when I got into the YouTube, you know, I used to YouTube. I used to do music videos. You know, I'm a musician. I used to sing, and I do some singing or play some drums. But, you know, I've had my fair share of YouTube. If you're not a YouTuber, I don't know, maybe you've seen some people be nasty to other people for no reason. Just no reason. You just gotta send them some love and light, I guess. Huh? What do you think? Love and light? Love and light can go a long way. So this is the second shampoo. I'm going to give her a little facial also. A little blueberry facial. I've been grooming her for a little while. You know, how many years have I been grooming her? I'll have to check her card, see if it's written on the card. Her mom always brings me something like a treat, something like she bakes, right? So she just brought me some cookies. She's so sweet. Christmas cookies. Okay, hang on, honey. We're just going to, oh, you're just going to splash on me, are you? I got some of the blueberry facial. Give you a nice facial. This, guys, if you've not smelled this stuff, this is from Tropiclean. It's the blueberry facial. It smells really fresh. Well, not like there's any mint in it, but just nice and clean. It smells clean. There. Let's give her a last rinse, and we can move on to the next step at the table. One last rinse. The rinsing part is so important. Because if you don't rinse enough, they go home itchy. You may think it's your shampoos that, you know, some say, oh, I think the shampoo is not really, didn't do good for my dog because my dog's itchy. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the shampoo, but it could be the fact that the shampoo wasn't rinsed out enough. And there are many kinds of shampoos. You have shampoos that are medicated. You have shampoos that are made for sensitive skin, no soaps. You got all kinds of stuff. Vegan. All kinds of shampoos. And when they're itchy, if it really is a skin thing, it could mean they need a medicated shampoo or just a gentler shampoo like something with aloe in it or with oatmeal. Back you up a bit. Just gonna close her ears down here and just get all of that water or that soap out of there. Give her a good rinse. I'll rinse this too. You know, last week my camera stopped a few times while I was recording, and I found out because my phone is too full because I'm filming with my phone. I guess it's running out of memory and space. I deleted some files a while ago, but I'm not sure. I hope that if ever it does cut, it might be because of the memory. Because I haven't had the time yet with Christmas and all. I haven't had the time to just sit with my phone and clean it out. So, by the way, this is the Monday video, so that means Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, I won't be going live because I'm not working, so I'm not going live. It'll be the 1st of January, so not many people are working on that day. All right, we rinsed out belly. Get that belly, guys. All that soap gets underneath. But I will be live the week after that. On the Wednesday. So I'm live on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Unless something happens and a client cancels or whatnot, then I'll try to move it up to 12:30 or just to the next, maybe the next day. But I usually leave a message in the community tab. And I'll leave a post there. So. All right, so she's all rinsed out pretty well. Time to go dry. You're all shaky, shaky. And this is really warm water, guys. So she's still shaky. So I only have 8 more pups to groom. And then I'm off till the 7th of January. Then I'll be back to the normally scheduled routine. Whenever Christmas time comes around, I'm always unsure of what day it is, and there's back and forth with family and things to get done. There. All right. Nice bath for you, little one. Here. Let's wring this out. I'll give you a nice little towel here. Yeah, come on. You're going to get to the table. All right, little one's right there. Keeping my eye on her, guys. I only got 2 hands. I gotta bring this. She's right here with me. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get her second towel. Come here, honey. Come here. I'm gonna wipe you up. Got a few knots there. Her ear. The more you wipe, the less drying you're gonna have to do with the dryer. The less long. And the less long that you have to dry, the less stressed your dog is. Seriously, if you can cut a minute off your drying, you've cut a minute off your drying. That's a minute less for the dog to be stressed. because they're always stressed. Whenever we're getting their groom done, they're pretty much always stressed. And that's just normal. They get stressed when they go to the vet. They get stressed. Guys, I'm so sorry about the coughing. I have phlegm. Okay, so this wet one, I'm gonna get rid of, and I'm gonna put a towel on top of her here. You know, I am only taking less than 2 minutes, I'm guessing, to just clean this out. She had poops in there. I'm just gonna cut them out here. And we're going to clean. She doesn't need any eye cleaning with product. She's pretty white. She seems pretty clean. And I'm just gonna clean out her ears, guys. A second, and we're gonna dry her. And I got many comments also on the fact, well, many, I got a few comments. The fact, like I put I put product on my round here. I put product on there, and I clean her ear with one side, and I clean the other ear with this side. But some of you seem to think that I'm using the same round. I'm using the same round, just not the same side. But just to satisfy some of you out there, I will not use the same round. Okay? I'll use one round for one ear. And this is all about, you know, not wasting too much. So this is a clean one, a new one. And like I said, I usually wash with one side, and then I'll flip it around and wash the other side. She's got some of that hair out over here. I'm going to cut some of that out, and I'm going to clean that ear. Okay? She's good. This dog is not suffering. In no way would I let a dog suffer. I have way too much love for these animals for that. There. Right, time to dry her. I'm going to first spray some product here, this is a leave-in conditioner that I'm going to put on her coat. This is good for her skin, and it's good for it's good for her coat to help that she doesn't get too many mats, and it'll help with my brushing. So I'll add some to my hand or directly on, as long as I am not spraying that directly in her face. So I like to put it in my hand and just rub and get it in that way. Okay? Right. And I'm also going to spray this with alcohol to disinfect. Spray this again to disinfect, and we're going to put her on this loop. This loop here, all it is, it's a belly band, okay? It's made, for those who don't understand, this is a belly band so the dog does not sit or start turning around. If the dog is spinning and turning, and hang on, try to get this done. If the dog is spinning and turning while I'm trying to dry the dog, I don't want any accidents. This is my way of working. The dog is just secured on the table. There is no pain. There's nothing wrong with tying the dog. Some seem to think that the dog is restrained and oh my God, and the whole thing. I am a professional groomer, and I've been grooming since 2010. That makes 14 years. I have experience with what I do. I take my job seriously, very seriously. And I know that I need to protect the dogs. I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself with the mask also, because I need to protect that I don't get any hair in my lungs. I need to protect my ears because my hearing is going. Another person asked me why I'm not putting any, ear protection on the dog. The dog will hear the hair dryer for 10 minutes? I hear it every single day for the last 14 years, and I'm losing my hearing because of the forest dryer. That's why I protect my ears. So I'm going to dry the dog. If you want to skip, look in the comments below, and you can skip to the next step. Or if you want to enjoy, you may want to lower the sound and enjoy the drying. Alrighty, little girl. So yeah, about hearing loss. My doctor told me that if I don't protect my ears, I'm going to completely lose my hearing. I don't want that. That's the reason why I need to protect my ears, because I'm following my doctor's orders. Okay, so I'm going to brush out her ears a bit, and I'm going to try to dry her with this one dryer. If it doesn't work, I will use the other dryer. And when I mean doesn't work, if she's just like, I mean, of course she's not going to be happy to have her head dried, but we got to dry a little. I'm thinking of doing some sort of Q&A session, like maybe once a month. And also add in there any other comments that I got that I feel the need to address. And I would feature your comment or your question on my video. So if any of you have any questions, feel free. I'll reply, but I may keep that question or comment that needs addressing and just add that. I think maybe I could do it for, I don't know, maybe we could start this in February, like the first Monday of the month type of thing. Yeah, I think we could do something like that. I gotta hold her head, guys, holding her head. I can't hold her like this, you know, hold around her mouth, because I have to brush that side. So I'm holding around her little chinny chin here, and I'm tapping and pulling up and away, straightening that out. You always want to be sure that you know how your dog's mouth is. If it's an older dog, or if they've got bad teeth, there could be inflammation in there, and you got to be careful. Okay. So this little girl here, she's got some tartar, of course, but she doesn't have any inflammation. She's got missing teeth also. You always want to hold lightly. There are different ways to hold your dog's face, and there's reasons for that. You hold like this. I don't want her head to move. I need to cut this out. If I'm to hold her like that, I'm not able to come work over here, so I have to hold her under her chin, because I need to come get rid of some of these little knots here, because those are not going to come out with a brush, or they could, but I don't want her to go through that at all. I don't want to go through it, and she doesn't want to go through it, so let's just cut. Okay, we're going to try to dry here a little bit. I'm going to use this little dryer here. Not as scary as the big one, but it doesn't dry as fast, so. I'm keeping it on a low setting, temperature-wise and force, because there's 3 more speeds to this dryer. I'm just going to move her hair around like this. Yeah, I am going to do the Q&A thing. That's a good idea. And there are some comments that I feel need to be addressed, not only to the person, but especially for other people to know and understand, because, you know, some people were saying, you know, like I was mentioning, that these dogs, when I take them out and I start drying them, I start cleaning out their eyes. I say, oh, the dog is cold, or, you know. I think I need to explain my reasons for doing what I do. And I think it'll be easier, you know, because when you're not a groomer, you don't know these things. It's only when you get into the job and you start understanding the whys of things, right? And if you've never groomed a dog and you're telling a professional groomer how to do things, you know, I'm not saying if you're actually hurting the dog and you're yanking on the dog's hair and you're being aggressive. I mean, there's never been any aggression towards the dogs in my room, on my table, never. Ooh, curly girl. You gotta get rid of those curls. So this air, guys, is not, it's soft. There's no pain to it. There's no heat. It's just a warm, very warm little wind. It's just annoying for her. Yeah, proof that it's annoying. She's giving me some yawns. Sometimes when the dog is annoyed, they'll yawn. You'll notice that. If you're doing something with your dog, trying to, I don't know, clip his nails or trying to put little booties on, or you might find them yawning. That's not because they're tired, that's because they're annoyed. I'm just going to close her ear off here so she doesn't have to hear this. And I'm just going to the base of her skin here, try to get that dried. And because she's not that impressed with the dryer, I won't push it. I'll just dry a specific amount, just enough so that I can be able to at least try to give her a nice cut on her head. The more you separate the hair, you know, the faster it'll dry. I'm going to come at the tip of her ear here, and I'm going away from the entrance of her ear canal. She's letting me dry her ears. I'm just going to take the time to dry them. Letting me do it. Can we do the other side? Turn you around a bit. You won't let me. And the palm of my hand blocking off that entrance, like the side of my hand. And at the palm here, I have some of that hair on her ear, so I'm going to separate that. Flip her ear a little. When you turn the ear like this, it kind of blocks out the ears so she won't get any air in her ear. Okay. Not that bad, huh? You won't let me do your face, will you? And what I like about this dryer is, well, I like the little dryer head here, the adjustment, the little tip here. It's very concentrated. Like it sends out concentrated air in me. We good? I think so. She doesn't like me drying the front of her face, of course. I'm just going to try to fluff that out and let that air dry while I do the rest of her body. Okay, guys, I'm going to give her a nice brush. Stand up here. Put my mask back on. I have an air filter. I didn't turn it on this morning. I do have an air filter also for dander and hair and whatnot. That's good to have that in your room. Filter out all of that nasty air. When you're using the blow dryer, you're just blowing everything off into the air and then you're breathing that in, and it's not healthy. Not healthy oxygen, not for you, not for the dog. So I'm going to go turn that on. You let me go turn it on, hon? It's just one click of a button. I'll finish brushing her first. Remember, we're tapping and pulling up and away. I'm not brushing her skin. I'm brushing the coat. I don't want to rub this brush on her skin. Lift up. Show me your belly. Not bad under here. Not bad at all. I'm gonna go around with the brush, the comb afterwards to see if there are any knots that I missed. This should be good. Okay, there is a knot here, and this is actually a whip knot. Sometimes that happens when you're drying and the hair is longer. If you get in too close, that can cause a whip knot. And that's just a knot because the hair was whipping around and then causes a knot. But they come out fairly easily if that happens. You just got to be careful. Okay. It's a very quiet day, huh, hon? Isn't it? Is it a quiet day? Apparently your mom is on vacation. Take some vacation time. All of this is done. All of that's done. All around here. Over there. Grooming a dog is a lot of work. And I don't think there's a lot of people who don't get that. We don't see that. They just think, you know, wash and dry the dog and, you know, just cut it. It's not exactly how it works. And it's the same thing every day. I got a comment mentioning that I repeat. I just talk about the same things, like repeat the what I'm explaining. Well, I'm doing the same thing every day. This is the same thing. Brush out the dog. Help people understand how to brush out the dog. You know, what do you want me to do, you know? It's what it is, guys. She's pushing me. All right, you got some knots there. That's on her elbow. It's not under her arm. It's like at her elbow here. I'll try to get that out with this. Just going slowly. They don't like being brushed in this area. But if you go in slow, the elbow, because I'm not going to shave this. I'm going to shave under her arm, but not the elbow. So that I'll brush out. All right, you're good. How about this side? Elbow again. What are you doing with your elbows? Huh? What are you doing with your elbows? You're laying on the ground? Is that what you're doing? Camera's still rolling. So what I'm doing is I'm just coming in with my comb to see if there are any knots. In no way would I jump in with my clipper to start. I mean, if she had a shave down, fine, I would go straight with the clipper because we're going underneath the knots. But she's getting a comb attachment. That comb attachment needs to get through this hair. You show me your belly? And to be able to get through the hair, you need to make sure there are no knots. See in here, nice and slow in here. This here, slowly. Always slowly, under the arms, slowly. Under the arms is going to be shaved, but see, she seems to be fine. Got rid of all of that. Throw this out. Ooh, it sounds like coffee. I'm gonna get that nice and secured, guys. I am right here. There. Okay, I was having a hard time. Just so you know, it was right here. She's right behind me. She's not a jumper. She's not moving. I'm always around the dog. There. All right. So you're in need of a good cut. Look at that face. All right. So let's do this. Let's give her a nice cut. Before cutting, I will start doing her sannies. I dropped my clipper with this blade, and ever since it's been noisy. So this one's quieter. I'm going to get her belly. I'm going to clean out this area here. So I clean this out so that they don't get so many mats in there. All in the sides here. On the sides here, they can mat up. And this here. And I'm going to turn her around, and I'm going to clean out this area here too, because when she goes to the bathroom, she gets pee-pees there. So we're going to clean this area so that she doesn't get any infections. And that's how you care for her. Making sure she doesn't get any infections. So we're going to switch this over to a 30 blade. Whoops, sorry, hun. Turn around. We're going to do a nice 30 blade. We're getting closer for you guys. You like watching this? Down low. There you go. So since I missed out on the lives, I'm guessing this is some sort of way to be live. You know, because I'm just doing everything right there without any cutting or editing. And the reason why I edit, guys, for those who don't know, is because I just want to make things more interesting for you, and you know, so that you don't find certain parts too long, or like, you know, the drying, or I don't know. I'm just trying to keep things that are interesting with movement, and you know, putting a little more of that into my videos. It's important to get rid of this hair here, because that can mat up and end up between their toe pads here. I'm not doing any digging into the toe pads. Sometimes I'll come in and pull some of that hair back out. But with the 30 blade, you're always risking to cut the skin, and I don't want to take any chances. You know, this has worked out for me ever since. Actually, when I started out, I was only using 10 blades. But as you get used to it, you can go a little shorter. Some even use a 40 blade. That's fine. 30 is fine for me. All right, now let's give her length. Sorry for the... Okay, we're going to give her length. What are you doing? She's a 10 millimeter. So we're going to... That's the purple Andis. 10 millimeter, that's Canadian. I'm from Canada. Actually, I'm from Maine, but I live in Canada. That's a 3/8 inch. The purple, bluish purple Andis comb. So we're just going to cut all of that nice and short. She's going to be a little pink because this is pretty short. You can see her little pink skin underneath. We get to the ear, both sides of the ears. And I get all these sides done quickly so that I can tie her up again. I don't like keeping her off of her lead because this is like a third hand for me. Extra support, okay? Lift her up. And I'm gonna come right down here. I'm gonna keep that tail. So I'm gonna scissor it later. Always being extra careful here at the flap. We want to go downwards, guys. You don't want to come in like that. If you do, you come in over the flap, but play it safe. Right down the arm. That. And I'm just going to get the front here. I like to get the front, the nice curve. I just follow that leg. In the winter time, you know, of course we want our dogs to have longer hair in the winter time, in the sense that we figure, oh, they'll be warmer. But if your dog is outside and getting wet, it's best from the snow, you know, it's best to make sure you dry off your dog and comb them out, brush them out to be sure that they don't mat up, because that water is going to mat up that hair. So the longer the hair, the more chance you have on having a matted dog in the wintertime if you're not brushing and drying them out properly. You don't want to let them dry on their own. You want to dry them out. Pull out that dryer and dry them out. But if you want to make it easier on yourself, you can always make the hair shorter like her. Well, it doesn't have to be this short, but just shorter. And you won't have as much brushing and drying to do every time they come in. And then if they go outside, they always have these little coats that they can wear. There's so many nice ones out there, sweaters and coats. So it gives you a reason to doll them up. All right, sorry, hon. Nice. You want to do the front? Do the front. I always start in the back, finish off in front. So I get under the neck. Careful here. Poodles are very sensitive when it comes to their throats. They can cough easily just by touching them lightly. They have a very, very sensitive trachea. Let's go behind that ear. I'm going to pull everything down this way. It's getting closer, guys. And I'm just holding her head to the side to get rid of all of that behind her ear. Okay, we do the same thing. Pull her ear up to her nose, like that. Just bringing it this way. And just, you know, you just want to get rid of all of that. All of that. All on the side. Be careful also, because they have bones and you don't want to be knocking the bones with the tip. You got to be careful. It's not always easy. Some of these dogs can be very bony. Stand up. Back this up a bit. Cameraman / groomer here. Your stand, you're doing a good job, Leica. There. Same thing under here. I like to come in the opposite direction over here. Just create a nice blend. All of that's going to be cut with scissors. Okay, between her legs. Hey, I didn't do under your arms. I gotta do under her arms, guys, and I also gotta do her nails. I gotta be careful over here. She's got a bump. She has that little lump there. So, might as well just go and do her head. It's 19 over here. That is the purple Andis here. That would be 3/4 of an inch, 19 millimeter. I'm just going to do the top of her head. Start off where I left off when I did the back of her coat. I'm going to pull this back here. And I'm not going to go down into her eye. I'm just going away. Okay? Come out and away. I'm just going to do a little on the top here on the sides because I want to blend all of that in. This client does not want the poodle look. She's got more of that Bichon look. She does not want that, you know, cut here and the fluffy ears. She doesn't want that. She wants the fluffy ears, but to blend in on the top. All right, so let's do your nails. Oh, before we're gonna do under your arms, okay? Under her arms. What am I doing? Was I forgetting to do under your arms? You can't forget. Touch where her underarm is. By coming one way, the other way, and then you want to check to see if there are any knots. Because these knots, you just want to shave them out. If there's any knots under there, because you don't want to be brushing that. Okay? Not very comfortable. I mention it every time, guys, and I will mention it all the time. Every video I do, to me, is as if there's a new viewer that has not heard what I needed to explain. There's always a new viewer somewhere. Yeah. All right, so let's do those little nails. I'm going to clip. Let's try to Dremel. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the Dremel on her. We're going to try to do the clipping. I don't remember if she takes the Dremel well. I didn't write it down. I'm just going to snip the tip. Snip the tip. Let's get in closer. Let's see. Will she let me do this? I'm not sure. Oh, I hate it when it does that. This little button there always scares me. I'm just rounding it out, guys. Make sure that that hair's out of the way. You don't want it getting caught in there. So you just round it out the edges because they're not very long. I'm really just tipping the edge. I could just go in straight with the Dremel. Sometimes a dog will let me do their back feet, but then they won't let me do their front. I'm getting rid of all of that hair, holding it back. Because if that hair gets into that Dremel, it's going to yank it right out. All right. The tips here. Snip, snip, snip. All right. Oh. Okay, my light just flashed. You know, it's beautiful out there. It was supposed to rain today. We were supposed to get like an ice storm. Maybe it was pushed back till tomorrow. Right. So guys, anytime you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And again, as I mentioned a while ago, I'm going to be doing Q&A sessions. And I'm going to add in any other comment that I feel fit that needs to be answered. And I'll just have your comment on one of my videos. There. Okay, we're going to just do her legs now. We're almost done. Once we get to the legs and the scissoring part, everything just runs smooth from there. Just, well, everything's been smooth since a while ago. Lately, I've been grooming really smooth pups, so yeah. And just go all around this foot like that. Let's do that again here. I like to do all 4 feet first, and then I start cutting. There. She's panting. What's up, honey? You're panting, little girl. All right. So I'm just going to scissor away and let you just watch and learn. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to be as calm as I can with scissoring and just focus on my work. Remember, if ever you want to skip this part, there are timestamps at the bottom in the comments section. The second time that my light flashes like that. Well, it's okay. It's not like I need electricity right now, so I'm just using my scissors. The sun is shining and it's beautiful out there, so I don't see why we would lose electricity. Keep your head that way, honey. You're good. You're okay, little girl. Some viewers are finding that I don't talk to the dogs enough. Guess I can't please everyone. I don't talk to the dogs too much because I don't want the dog to get excited. I'm working. When you're working, it's not time to do poochie poochie poochies to your dog, okay? Here and there, I'll say something to them, but I really try not to overstimulate them. So if you're not a groomer, that's again where people will judge you. I'm hearing people judging me and seem to be angry at me because I'm not talking to the dog enough. Well, I'll say it again. I don't want to overstimulate my dog. And when you're doing this every single day, it's your job. And you're just focused on getting your work done. Whenever I'm done with the dog, then I'll do my poochie poochies with them. So up until you've been a groomer, you cannot judge. I remember the first day when I started taking my course, and I went up to the dog while the teacher, you know, she was scissoring the dog, and I went up to the dog and I started, you know, the whole thing. You're so cute and the whole thing, and then she just stopped her whole process and looked at me, and she said, never go high pitch or whatever with your dog when you have a pair of scissors in your hands. You don't want them to get excited. There's one thing I learned from her. It's that. And then I completely got it and understood what she said. Because sometimes my clients they stay sometimes. Look at the size, the difference in size of the legs. Sometimes my clients stay and they'll watch the groom and we'll just chit chat and talk, whatever. They stay with the dog. But then they'll start talking to their dog like, oh my God, you're okay, blah, 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 the whole thing. And then the dog's tail starts wagging. And then I'm having a tough time holding the dog. And then I have to tell the client to not talk to her dog while I'm grooming because it's causing too much excitement. But then I feel bad because I have to tell the client not to do that, and I don't want them to feel bad. So, I mean, there's always a way to say something, to tell someone something, but it's the same. It's like, I still have to tell someone to not, you know, please don't talk to your dog, because it's best if you don't talk to your dog, because then the person after that feels bad because they talked to their dog, and you never, you know, it's a very sticky situation. You know, you don't want to be scolding them. You want them to feel bad. It's the last thing you want is for your client to feel bad. So I'm just going to fluff this up right here and blend this in. Still filming? Yeah. I'm holding her head up. That, guys. I need to just keep holding her head up. I'll back this up. Give a little more space like that in there. I'm just, you know, my hand's like this. Okay, she's just leaning on my hand right now. I need that, and I just keep my thumb here just in case she wants to take her head out. But she's literally just leaning her on her own. And I'm doing that because I don't want her coming down, like her face coming down right on my scissors, so. I think I could do just a little more here. But that's looking not too bad. Not too shabby. Anyway, I always got to come back in and see where there are sticky outies. There's always something sticking out somewhere. Always. And then you've got those really soft-coated dogs that you just don't want to touch after you're done scissoring. You just want everything to stay fluff. And as soon as you touch them, your handprint gets, you know, your handprint's there. And you don't want your handprint. You just want it to be nice and fluffy. All right, so it's pretty good. My phone is still recording. Be careful in this area here, that little flap. So I'm almost done. I gotta just do her tail and then her face. Oh, it's not there. Let's lift that paw up. You know, all you ought to do is just follow that bone, right? Just shaping it. That's all you're doing. And you might want to comb or brush that back out. Some, you know, I fluff everything up. Depending on the coat, sometimes you have coats that are a little more wavy. And then in that instance, I'll just pull all the hair down also instead. See how it falls. Let me do the side. You're just shaping and shaping. That's all this is about. You're just following that leg. You know, depending on the cut, there are certain cuts you have to. It's different, but most of the dogs I groom is pretty much this type of puppy cut, you know. Puppy cut is just reverting back to that cut where everything was all the same length. That's what I call a puppy cut. It's just logical, you know, where the dog is born and the hair just grows equal everywhere. Some refer to a puppy cut in different ways, so that's my way. And I'm sticking to it. All right, so we're going to want to do the inside of the legs here. I'm just following down the leg. And as I always mention, I'm not a competitive groomer. I don't do competition. I just groom family pets. Make them look clean, make them feel clean, make them smell clean. You know, make them look good. Coming with a smaller. That's all it's about, guys. Making them look good, making them healthy, you know, healthy skin. Healthy. So I'm just going to do a little sausage tail here. I call it a sausage tail. I'll leave just 2 fingers from the end of the bone. Her bone is here, so I'm leaving 2 fingers. I'm just going to take a little of that off. And I'm going to create a square box. So my finger's right at the end here, and I'm just holding. I know that her bone is right here, so I'm going to come right at the tip of my fingers like that. And do the same thing on this side. See? Nice square tail. I made a box. Almost. Now I'm going to fluff everything up. Take the top part off. You're probably wondering how much. Well, as much as you want. You make that tail look the way you want the tail to look. I'm going to go straight up. Like that. And then I'm just going to round everything out. Like the tip here, we don't want it boxy. And I'm just going to round out the edges. Everything just needs to be rounded out. I just call it a little sausage tail. That's a little itty bitty sausage, isn't it? I still have a lot of phlegm in my throat from that cold I got like a month ago. It's crazy. I'm still blowing my nose. Yeah, so that looks fine, huh? See? Make this all clean right above there. Nice and clean. There, nice and clean. All right, we turn her around. Now that you got your sausage tail done, we're gonna come in. I'm gonna wipe these because I used it around her bum area. Put a little bit of alcohol. Almost done, but maybe 5-10 minutes to go, 6-7 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna cut some of this out here. I usually use my curves for this. Haven't been using them because they need to be sharpened. And when I use my curves, I like my curves because the angle is coming out this way, coming towards me. I don't want to go in like that. I do it like that so that I don't catch her eye, okay? I kind of use the belly to come in and cut in the belly of the, I call it the belly, the little round part. All right, so now that I got most of that off, come in, the smaller scissors, get rid of that in the middle. See what I did? I just combed this like that and I got some of that out in the middle. Just getting it in a little closer here. Then I'm going to fluff all of that up a bit. We want to get rid of that because that grows out and then she gets it in her eyes. Sometimes if the client wants to have a little more hair here, I will leave that hair. But if they don't mention it, I take it out. Once I did the whole front part, which I'm not done, I'm going to get rid of all of that. Look at all of that hair. Now, if your dog has flabby, like a flabby neck here, you got to be careful. You don't want to come in and cut that neck. You got to be sure you know what's going on with her neck. But we're going to go nice and short here. I usually like to do a nice little triangle in there. If I don't do it with these scissors, you'll see me doing it with these. I come in and I kind of round that out in there. Get rid of that extra hair so that it doesn't, when she brings her head down, that it doesn't create this big bump. All right, so we did that. I'm going to pull her hair back, pull everything forward. Let's just do this. Hang on, honey. Get rid of all of that in front of her ear here. So I'm just shaping this circle like this. Okay. Here we took most of it off. I don't want to take too much over here off, just in the back. And do the same thing on the other side. I'm just reshaping this circle like that. Around. Pull that ear back. Get rid of all of that. These little hairs in front of her ear. You know, these ears need to breathe. You don't want to have any ear problems. If they don't breathe well, you'll get infection. They could get infection. So, cut all of that out. You just cut just a little at a time, guys. I'm gonna come do the same thing, bring it all back down. I'm gonna use my, oops, sorry, hon. I'm gonna use these here. Just a little, see what goes on with this. I just wanna recreate that circle. Let's go behind your ear. Taking a little bit of that off. There, all right. So I have more to work with here. I'm gonna fluff all of that up. Fluff all of this up too. And yep, you guessed it, we're gonna make it nice and round. Let's get these sharpened. Let me use my other ones here. Do you have some longer hairs going in your mouth? Really? Is that you trying to show me you had some hairs here? Look at that long hair here. I'm just going to snip that out. We don't want long hairs in your mouth. No, we don't. So let's just make it round. So at this point in the groom, what we're doing is we're just trying to make everything round, everything equal. So I'm just going around everywhere, looking at what's sticking out. You know, what I just showed you is taking all of the bulk out and starting the shaping. Before I continue the face, I'm going to take a little bit of these ears away so I can have a little more wiggle room. So my client likes it to be just a bit underneath her chin, not too short. So we're going to start, her leather is here, I'm going to start here. Take a little bit of that off. See what that would look like. I think that's fine. All right, same thing with this one. Even if you've brushed it out, the ear, you gotta still go in nice and softly because you never know if there could be another knot in there. She doesn't want me to keep her head down. Out of the way. Okay, so she doesn't want me to do it that way, I'll hold her head. I know that her leather is here, so I'm just gonna hold her head still because I don't want anything to happen with these scissors here. Okay. Got a cut on the inside because I didn't catch that. Okay. So you'll see the way I do this part here is I'm just going to blend all the top, blend that into the ear. You can either do it with your blenders or you can do it with your round scissors or whatever makes you comfortable. And I'm just going to try to soften all of these ears up. What are you doing standing like that? Stand up, up, up. Okay. We got to finish your face. Her face is definitely not done. We're almost done though. I only got 2 hands. Fluff this back up. See, I'm looking at her from face front like that, but when I bring her down, I'm noticing that it's a little longer on this side. You got to look at them at different angles, right? I'm also noticing that there's a little more hair that can get right here. Okay? And you don't want this flat. So I'm going to take that edge off to create like a ball, small ball. Okay? Pull everything back out to the sides. Try to get in there. Take that ear out. There you go. This side too. And like I said, this part, guys, is all about just perfecting the best you can, just making everything equal. It's all about finding those little hairs that don't belong there. There's always something somewhere that doesn't belong there. Then they'll shake their head and, all right. So now I've got to hold the front of her face, bring everything down. All I'm doing is trying to get this to be round here. Reaching this end here. Same thing there. Nope. Nobody's in the kitchen. Is that okay? Is that not bad? How about the front here? So there's little hairs that I don't like here. Gotta be really careful because their little tongues can come out pretty quick. What that look like. So if you're gonna do that, are you gonna do that? Are you gonna bring one ear up like that? I want to bevel this in. So again, the client does not want me to do the normal poodle head. She just likes this type of head here. You know? There's no law. I see people getting literally angry because the cut is not standard. And that's like, wow. Angry. Emotionally angry. And mean. I've seen that before. And it's like, what? I've seen people want me to do their dogs looking like a schnauzer when it's not even a schnauzer. That's fine. Some dogs have mohawks. Some dogs are purple. You know, or pink and have polka dots. That's fine, right? Yeah, those dyes are vegetable based and it's not bad for the dogs, so they're fine. All right, look at that cute little face, guys. Let me take a nice little picture for you guys. See if she'll let me take a picture. It's not always easy taking pictures of these little ones. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next grooming video. Bye for now.
Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.